Alex, a great result last weekend. Not so much just the scoring, but the manner of the performance. The defence was solid. You had 3 good goals from your strikers, or 3 goals from your strikers. That must build confidence, ready for what is going to be a difficult game.
Yeah, I think that, like you say, the manner of which you win a game does count, particularly for the players. I think to get belief and get a bit of confidence, like you say. So yeah, but we've got a tough match coming up. We know it's going to be hard. Again, very much like Hartlepool when we played them. It's going to be the pressures on us and the expectancy on us. But yeah, that's quite straightforward, isn't it? You know, so it's going to be a tough game. They'll come here, they'll make it difficult, and I'm sure they'll go at it. It's a bit of free hit, shall we say? And we've got to make sure that we put in a really good professional performance.
The increase of energy, it was just a completely different Stoke side. Is that possibly because some of the players had left and you talked about having a tighter group and perhaps they were more concentrated on what they'd got to do?
Yeah, but I think results always change the view on performance, because stats-wise and data-wise and how we have played and opportunities and stuff, like, you probably won't believe me, but we're very, very similar to a lot of the games that we've had. So when I look back at all the data, it's not a considerable difference where I'm going, lads, look at that. I mean, if you offer up that, that's what the end result is. It really was a case of making sure we're clinical, making sure that we defend with a vigour and a determination to make sure we don't concede any goals. I think what does change the dynamics of the game is the fact that you get the first goal. You know, goals change games and allow you to play in a certain manner. And I thought the confidence just grew from there, you know, and I think, like you say, getting the strikers, getting the goals. So I wouldn't necessarily say there's been wholesale changes. What we've probably done was eliminated that first building phase that we did against Sheffield United that I alluded to after the game. I thought we played forward a bit quicker rather than playing more sort of sidewards and backwards, which we've probably been guilty of at times. And I think the slight tweaks helped, you know, and listen, it doesn't mean we're going to go and win every game 4-0, but I think it gives us just a better platform, a better grounding in terms of what we're trying to do in the games coming up.
On to Stevenage, they certainly proved that they are going to be a hard opposition, having had a good result in the last round. They're bringing a load of fans, and from Stoke's perspective, how important is it? They've done a great offer. The club have done a great offer on tickets. How important is it to get the fans behind you on a game where, let's be honest, some people will see this as a given easy win for Stoke, but you know it's not going to be that.
I don't think any game's ever a given at this level, you know, and what we've got to remember is we're playing a team that's top of their division, that are really confident, and that momentum, irrespective of what division you're in, always has a big part to play, I think. I mean, you look at a lot of teams that when they get promoted, I think there's a few great examples. You know, you look at like say Fulham in the Premier League at the moment, being promoted, used to winning games, that belief, that confidence in terms of getting into a rhythm. I think Stevenage are there. I think Steve's done a great job there. And we know they're going to come here, they're going to fancy their chances, and they're going to give it everything they've got. And they're a hard team to beat. You know, what I will say is they went and beat Aston Villa, irrespective of whether they're like over the piece in terms of chances and possession and all that stuff. They deserve to win the game, but they did. What they then did, which I thought was more impressive, was they went and beat Leyton Orient, who was first and second in the league, and they beat them 3-0. Because what generally happens is you get a really good result, there's normally a little lull because everybody thinks, oh, we're a good team, and start trying to complicate things and not have the same determination that they did in the cup game. They didn't, they went and backed it up. So in that respect you can see the mentality they've got. So yeah, we're going to have to be ready for this game.
And the cup offer is magic for, you know, there'll be kids coming along, kids for £1, parents bringing their children for the first time. Stevenage will bring 4,000 people. The cup's magic, whatever people say, whatever round you play in the cup, it's magic. But how important is it for the Stoke fans, again, to get behind the team, as they did last weekend? Yeah,
I thought, to be fair, I thought the fans were brilliant. You know, I thought even before the kick-off, they were in good voice and they backed the team. And I thought the team responded very well. And by the end of it, it was nice to see that sort of connection that I think you need to be a successful side, where the fans were appreciative of the effort the lads put in, and the lads were appreciative in the fact that the fans backed them prior to the game, so they didn't actually have to do anything. They gave them support because they want the team to do well. And for us, we need to go and back it up. You know, like I just said about what Stevenage have done against Leyton Orient, we need to go and back it up. We need to go and make sure we put another good performance in, we get another good win under our belt, and then see where we go.
How are Stoke on the injury front?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good, Nick. I think we've only got, at the moment, we've only got a couple on the sort of treatment table. Sam Clucas has been long term, obviously, with his injury. He'll be back probably in the next few weeks, I think. And Nick, obviously, he got injured as well, so he's still unavailable for this one.
And Harry Souttar?
Harry's going to be on the grass tomorrow, but probably a bit too soon for the game for him.
And no reaction from Dujon Sterling after coming on?
No, Dujon should be fine. So yeah, it'll be a good opportunity to get some minutes for him.
Last week you said, you finished off, looked me straight in the eyes and said we'll have 2 players in. We got 3 in.
Yeah. Did I be specific with 2, did I?
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I was just delighted that you kept your word. But tell us about these players, starting off with the keeper. Why did you go for the keeper?
Well, he's got championship experience, first and foremost. I think he won Player of the Year at Birmingham where he was there and only played, I think, 23 games. He's a big presence. Very intelligent lad. I think he speaks 5 languages. He's a good player, international player as well. Big stature, big size, and we knew that obviously with Joe going that we were going to be quite light in that area, and we need to make sure that we've got competition and we've got enough bodies in that area to make sure that we can handle any sort of injury or suspension or anything like that. So I think he'll be a great sort of acquisition for us. And
then Selina, you brought in. He's more of a midfield player, I think.
Yeah, he can play in a variety of positions. His versatility is something that really attracted me. I've tried to sign him before. At other clubs, he can play as wide left, he can play as a number 10, he's played as a number 8 recently while he was in Turkey as well. He can play off the right side, so very versatile across the front line, very technical, can take the ball in with his back to goal, wants to play in between the lines, plays forward, can dribble, can beat people, he's a creative player. So I think he's very different from what we've got in the squad, and I think what he does bring is a bit of variation in the fact that we can be a bit more flexible with our shape with him in the team. So yeah, I think he's got championship experience, so yeah, he's a very good player.
And just before this press conference you announced the 3rd signing of the week.
Yeah, obviously we've got Kieran as well, who great pedigree. He's started at Liverpool and then he's moved on to Wolves and then he's been on loan at PSV. He's played some minutes in the Premier League for Wolves as well. Versatile up and down the right side as well. Obviously we'd lost Harry Clark, so we needed to make sure that we've got enough players in those positions to make sure we're covered. And what he will do is he'll bring real sort of competition down that side. He's played right sided centre back when he was younger, played at right back, played right wing back, could arguably even play one up in terms of right wing back. And yeah, he's a good player and I think he'll certainly add to the squad.
Are any of those 2, because I believe the goalkeeper's cup tied, are the other 2 available and ready for selection for tomorrow?
The other 2 will be available. I believe we're still just waiting a little bit of clearance from Bersanchelina's stuff to come in, but it shouldn't be any problem. And I believe that we got Keane's sort of loan signed off before 12 o'clock today, which allows him to play.
And Aidan Flint's gone out to Sheffield Wednesday. Do you anticipate any more players going out?
Yeah, there might be another one. We'll just need to wait to see between the end of the window, and obviously we'll see what we can sort of do between the 3 days that are left in terms of bringing anybody else in to help us.
That one going out, I don't want you to say who it is. I know you wouldn't anyway. But there's lots of speculation about Harry Souttar's future. Have you had a formal bid for Harry?
There's been no. Listen, Harry's a complex situation because I can't sit here and say one way or the other. The simple fact is Harry understands where we are. Do you know what I mean? The club obviously knows where we are, and as far as we're concerned, Harry is dedicated to Stoke City, and if he was fit and available, would certainly be in the squad for Sunday. Whether he'd be starting or not, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so we just need to take it as far as we're there.
Thank you, good luck.
Cheers.